Why cheap coilovers can be worse than stock suspension. This topic is very important, so listen carefully. Many drivers believe that installing coilovers automatically improves their car, but that assumption is often wrong. Before changing the suspension, you must understand what the suspension is actually responsible for. Its purpose is not to make the car feel stiff. Its purpose is to keep the tires in contact with the road. Grip does not come from stiffness. Grip comes from controlled weight transfer and consistent tire load. Factory suspension systems are developed through thousands of hours of testing. Engineers carefully balance spring rates, damping characteristics, suspension travel, and geometry. Everything works together as a system. Cheap coilovers ignore most of this balance. The first problem is the spring rate. Many low-cost coilovers use extremely stiff springs. This makes the car feel sporty when you first drive it. But stiffness alone does not create performance. When the spring rate is too high for the chassis, the suspension cannot compress properly over bumps. Instead of absorbing the road, the car begins to skip across it. Every time the tire loses contact with the asphalt, grip disappears. And when grip disappears, control disappears with it. The second problem is damping. Springs alone cannot control the motion of a car. That job belongs to the damper. The damper DR controls how quickly the suspension compresses and how quickly it returns to its original position. High-quality suspension systems use carefully designed internal valving to manage this movement. Cheap dampers often lack this precision. As a result, the suspension begins to oscillate. The car bounces instead of settling. This instability becomes especially dangerous during cornering or braking. Now consider rebound control. If the rebound is too fast, the tire unloads after a bump. For a brief moment, the tire is no longer pressed into the road. That moment is enough to lose traction in a corner. This is why some cars with cheap coilovers feel nervous or unpredictable at high speed. The suspension is no longer working with the road. Manufacturers like Tane or BC Racing design their suspension with matched spring rates, controlled damping curves, and proper build quality. So remember this: lowering a car does not automatically make it faster. A car becomes faster only when every part of the system works together. Suspension is not about how aggressive the car looks. It is about how intelligently the car uses its grip. True performance is never created by parts alone. It is created by understanding.